What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we've got another live fantasy football mock draft for you back on Yahoo with a 10-team half PPR mock where we'll be selecting 10th overall, that final spot. So should be pretty interesting. And while we wait for this thing to kick off, a quick reminder, if you guys enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at alldaypigskin to continue interacting with us there. Let us hear in the comments section your thoughts along with any other questions you guys might have. We will do our best to answer them all. But with that being said, let's get right into it. And boy, oh boy, this one is already off to a hot start, if you will, because with the first pick overall at the 101, we have Travis Kelce. I've done a lot of mock drafts, and I have not seen this one before. I've seen Travis Kelce be a top 5 pick, maybe a top 3 pick here or there. But hopefully this person that's drafting first overall doesn't go completely rogue. I mean, I guess from a perspective of, Travis Kelce isn't going to make it back to you. You take him first overall, but boy, oh boy, this is going to be a very interesting roster to monitor with the selection of Kelce first overall. But afterwards, pretty standard. Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson. Jefferson goes 6th overall. One of the later spots I've seen him go. But again, this thing is going to fluctuate. I firmly believe once we get to, say late August, September, that we're going to be in a situation where we're not seeing as many wide receivers go in the first round. But again, that's why you just got to let the draft come to you. And if it's favorable, if there's a certain run, you zig when they zag. But look, it's our turn to make a selection right now. And to me, at least one of these picks is pretty easy. Cooper Kupp, I've been saying I have him right alongside Justin Jefferson in that tier 1 category of wide receivers, even in half-point PPR scoring. He's going to be one of my picks. Next, I'm looking at the running backs. I'm looking at wide receivers. Devonta Adams, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb. They're those next group of guys at wide receiver. But I want to get a difference maker at the running back position. I want to get, a potentially top 5 guy. And to me, that is Jonathan Taylor. So that's the direction I'm going in. I think he's a good value right now, getting him essentially, 11th overall. People got burned by him last year. I get it. So now, just recency bias, it's how it always works. You devalue him. It's happened with guys, with guys like a Saquon Barkley. It's happened with so many other names as well. And that's where the value is, folks. So we're definitely going to take the value where we can get it. I like that Jonathan Taylor pick. We'll see how this offense looks, hopefully revitalized for Indy with Anthony Richardson there. Then after our selection of Jonathan Taylor, let's quickly look at this draft board. So after our Jonathan Taylor pick, we see Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb. So I alluded to those 2 wide receivers, not super surprised. Then Derrick Henry, followed by A.J. Brown. So so far so good other than that Travis Kelce selection. That's a little bit puzzling. But again, maybe this guy's going big brain and he's going to do something wild that I'm amazed at by the time this thing is all said and done. But all things considered, look, we have one of these extreme picks, and in terms of either picking first overall, last overall, or within like 1 or 2 picks of that range. So that you're not necessarily going to be able to take advantage of value falling to you as much as if you were picking like right in the middle of the draft. You always have to kind of toe that line when you're picking first or last overall. And sometimes that precipitates reaching on certain players. Again, I would assume that's the logic there with picking Travis Kelce, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe this thing is just going to get thrown for a loop here, and we just don't know where it's going to go. But, okay, so I've got a feeling I know where it's going. That's getting the Kansas City stack. I was wondering if there was a chance that that's what this individual wanted to do. So Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, then getting Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, okay, I understand the logic, but again, that's not how I would do it. I wouldn't select a quarterback that early on. I say that all the time. I realize this is a 10-team league, so the positional advantages do matter, but still, I'm almost certain that I will have a decent chance of selecting a Josh Allen or a Jalen Hurts at some point in the third round. Maybe there's going to be a quarterback run. Maybe, one of these individuals is going to kick it off. And as soon as I say that, Josh Allen gets drafted. So maybe some people are going to get a little bit nervous and go with the aforementioned Jalen Hurts here. But I don't know. It's interesting, and it's always intriguing thought experiments. But I like the other pick, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, sure, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne. Right now, the really good values, in my opinion, are Ramondre Stevenson, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave, and one of those guys just got selected in Ramondre Stevenson. There goes T. Higgins. So we've got 2 more picks until we make a selection, 1 more now. And I don't know if you guys remember what I said before, but I predicted that Jalen Hurts could be available to us at the end of the 3rd round. And that's why I said that Patrick Mahomes going where he did was a reach. And wouldn't you know it? Well, Jalen Hurts is there. And, I'm probably not going to draft him here. I'm just going to continue to build up this roster with guys that I like. Chris Olave at wide receiver. Running back here, this is tough. I'm not the biggest believer in Najee Harris. I'm really not. I know he's going to get fed the football, but I'm not too excited about that. So, hell, maybe I do go quarterback. Maybe I do lock up an elite quarterback here and just do that. I could go wide receiver as well, but all right, let's try it out. Let's go Jalen Hurts here. But my point stands, and that is, this is why you wait on the quarterback a little bit longer. There's a couple of tier 1 guys. We waited how many picks? 10 picks afterwards. Patrick Mahomes was drafted. We still got one of the tier 1 quarterbacks. So I think that's why it pays to be a little bit more patient. I didn't necessarily love some of these, players, some of these running backs. We could have gone again, Najee Harris, Miles Sanders, Joe Mixon, but maybe in the 5th round, that turn towards the end of the 5th, we'll still have a decent option left to us to pair with Jonathan Taylor at running back. Looking at the wide receivers, there were good options. Don't get me wrong. Amari Cooper, who just got selected, Calvin Ridley. I'm a fan of both those guys. Keenan Allen as well. So there's still some pretty good names out there, and I think maybe we're gonna have a couple fall to us. We'll see. We'll see if we get lucky. Calvin Ridley did just get selected. Can't say I'm too surprised. There goes Joe Mixon. Great value. I thought about picking him up, but I'm banking on potentially one of those running backs falling to us. All things considered, right now, this person that went Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, kind of lucked out. Joe Mixon shouldn't be going at the end of the 4th round. I mean, he's a starting running back for the Cincinnati Bengals. So even if you wish the talent was a little bit better, maybe the pass catching ability, he's still a guy that is a starting running back for an elite offense. I don't understand the TJ Hawkinson pick, especially when you have Travis Kelce. That one is a head scratcher, I'm not going to lie. So, oh well, more selections for us here that'll benefit us. DeAndre Hopkins, then Keenan Allen. Great value for Keenan Allen in really any PPR type of league in the 5th round. Deebo Samuel, Justin Fields, Justin Herbert. So now maybe a little bit of a quarterback run starting. Ooh, there goes George Kittle. I was hoping we could get him with one of our next 2 selections. So right now what I'm looking at, I hate that Dalvin Cook pick, by the way. As far as wide receivers are concerned, DJ Moore, somebody that I like. I think Marquise Brown is also somebody that I like. Ooh, Jahmyr Gibbs just went. He was an intriguing guy, but Miles Sanders is still there, folks. I'm a big believer in Miles Sanders. I would have drafted him in the last round. Aaron Jones is still there. A lot of good value here. Miles Sanders is definitely going to be one of my picks, so I've got that second running back. Let's see what we got working at tight end. At this point in time, honestly, I might wait on tight end. I know that the run is going to happen, but I'm okay with it. I'm going to go and probably take DJ Moore at this point in time. The other play that I'm looking at is Alvin Kamara. But yeah, I'll go with DJ Moore here, another high upside wide receiver on a new home with the Chicago Bears. So we'll see if Justin Fields can take that next step forward. If he does, obviously a very good thing for DJ Moore. Arguably playing with one of the best quarterbacks that he's played with in his career. Marquise Brown was also somebody that I really like. In fact, I have Marquise Brown, I believe, ranked higher than DJ Moore in my early wide receiver rankings. But again, I just want to, in each one of these mock drafts, shed new light on some players. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm not the biggest Aaron Jones fan. I will wear that on my sleeve. But him going in the middle of the 6th round is tremendous value. Hell, I thought about taking him with my pick instead of a DJ Moore, getting even more running back depth. So, that's not bad value. And that tight end run we predicted does start Darren Waller, Dallas Goedert, Kyle Pitts. That's fine. We have a lot of, I would say good sleepers at the tight end position that we can add to the squad. I actually don't mind how this team is turning out right now. I think the inflection point was when we took probably Jalen Hurts with our 4th round pick. Could have gone a couple different directions. Maybe it could have gone a Keenan Allen. Could have gone I'm not the biggest Mark Andrews fan. I think he's going to be a little bit too inconsistent. But, I was looking at like sure things at that point in time. And that's why I went with Jalen Hurts where I did, because other guys had some question marks. I don't love the situations. Amari Cooper was probably, the 3 guys I was mainly considering: Jalen Hurts, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley. I thought there was an outside chance Miles Sanders would fall to me with the way that this draft had been going, with the running backs not being picked as early as I would expect. And I did get very, very lucky with that. So right now, we're doing all right. I would assume that Alvin Kamara is going to get picked before we have a chance to make another selection. But there's a lot of other running backs, building out this running back depth. James Conner, Alexander Madison, Rachaad White, Alvin Kamara. Literally, I say the name, I swear I jinx myself 10 times out of 10 times when I do this. Alvin Kamara just got selected. So knowing my luck, we're going to see like James Conner, Alexander Madison, Rachaad White all being selected within the next couple of picks right before we get a chance to make a selection. Unfortunately, I think auto pick is taken over for at least one individual here with the San Francisco defense being selected. But that's all right. We're going to power through a little bit, maybe 2 more, 3 more selections, and put together a little bit more of a complete picture as far as the roster is concerned. Ooh, interesting. Tua going 67th overall. Let's see what other quarterbacks were left. Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, all left. Aaron Rodgers left. So interesting one there. I know there's upside with Tua, great offense, but I probably would have gone Deshaun or Dak Prescott or even Aaron Rodgers ahead of him. So it is what it is. Wide receiver, there's still some really good value here. Like Marquise Brown is still there. I don't know how in the hell you take Rashad Penny ahead of those running backs that I just mentioned. But yeah, Rachaad White is going to be one of our selections here. James Conner, we literally just got sniped on. I want running back depth, and at this point in time, Rachaad White is a starting running back. Can't really say that for any of these guys in terms of almost zero competition behind them. So welcome to the squad, Rachaad White. That one was easy. Tight ends, I can still wait. I don't love the selection at this point in time. Whereas I love Marquise Brown right now. Terry McLaurin is also somebody that I really like, but I just don't love the quarterback situation there. So Marquise Brown, and then maybe we can even queue up a tight end because I'm not sure how long these next couple of selections are going to take from the other individuals that are drafting. But look, overall, this thing has been pretty accurate, I guess I would say, even though it started kind of unexpected with the Travis Kelce pick, but we haven't seen anything super, super crazy. I mean, we had an early defensive selection with auto pick, but that's about it, and yeah, again, that's auto pick taken over there with that kicker selection as well. So right now we're in a good spot. Looking at the roster, we've got a tier 1 quarterback. I would argue we have a tier 1 wide receiver. I would argue we have a top 5 running back in Jonathan Taylor. And then the complementary pieces are very solid in my opinion. We got Chris Olave to pair with Cooper Kupp. I think Olave can be a breakout guy this year. We got Miles Sanders, another person that I think could be a breakout. And then our bench, Rachaad White, Marquise Brown. Honestly, if this was my squad before the season starts, the legit roster, if you will, I'd be pretty happy with this team. So I got to give this, at like worst case, a B grade, B plus grade even if some of these guys pan out. Like if DJ Moore does what a lot of people think he can, this starting roster is pretty legit. Let's just make one last tight end selection. Here, I'm between probably, Greg Dulcich is somebody that I like. I like guys like Dalton Schultz, Gerald Everett. So I think one of those guys will be available to us, and then we can wrap this thing up. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree, disagree with these picks? Other questions in general, we will do our best to answer them all. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. But that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and queue up our tight end. And in the meantime, we will see you guys in future videos. And there you go. We can even wrap it up with Greg Dulcich being drafted and the starting roster being complete.